Neon lights flicker on the wet asphalt. Digital rain paints shadows that move past. I walk the rooftops with a city breeze. Every heartbeat echoes through electric leaves. Concrete towers hum in a low, steady tone. Hollow ads flicker, I feel strangely alone. The wind carries whispers of old city tales, of hidden back streets, neon trains and broken rails. My boots tap softly on the iron sky bridge, looking down at the traffic, a luminescent ridge. I think of a smile lost somewhere below, fading in the glow that makes the dark streets glow. Screens in the distance pulse with silent dreams. I trace the patterns through the electric streams. No map, no compass, just the rhythm of light, guiding me gently through the infinite night. Neon skyline, shadows in my mind. Every street a story that I'm trying to find. I'm not shouting loud, just letting it flow. Every heartbeat echoes the city I know. VR chatter hums in the alleys beneath. I move through the crowd with an invisible sheath. Graffiti pulses like circuits alive, stories of people who struggle and strive. I remember nights on the rooftop above, talking in code, sharing secrets of love. Now the drones drift silent, scanning the skies, capturing moments behind pixelated eyes. Signs flicker warnings I barely can read, but I follow the hum, the city's quiet need. Every shadow bends like it's hiding a song. Every light reminds me where I belong. Neon skyline, shadows in my mind. Every street a story that I'm trying to find. I'm not shouting loud, just letting it flow. Every heartbeat echoes the city I know. Rain slicks reflect my face in broken glass. Moments I missed, fading as they pass. I whisper my rhyme to the night's endless hum, hoping it reaches those I've left undone. Skyscrapers blink like hearts in the dark. Every flicker a story, every spark. I leave my steps scattered on the wet concrete, a quiet confession, rhythmic and discreet. The night doesn't judge, it only observes every twist of the street, every curve. Some dreams fade, some remain unseen, but every heartbeat marks where I've been. Neon skyline, shadows in my mind. Every street a story that I'm trying to find. I'm not shouting loud, just letting it flow. Every heartbeat echoes the city I know. Morning glimmers behind the horizon line. Neon fades slowly, streets lose their shine. I walk alone, but the stories remain. Echoes of the skyline whispering my name.
Fog drifts low across the silent hill. Moonlight bends around the trees so still. I walk alone where the shadows play. Every step a story carried by the gray.
Twisting past, the leaves whisper my name. Footsteps echo softly, never twice the same. I remember the mornings when the sun would climb, but now the night stretches like a ribbon of time. Branches like fingers reach out to guide, or maybe they're warnings, I can't decide. I hum a melody only the wind can hear, hoping it travels to someone dear. Mist curls around my shoulders like a cloak. Every memory I breathe, every word I spoke. No rush, no map, just the soft terrain. I let the fog carry my silent refrain.
Wandering through the fog, I can barely see. Stories unfold in the space between trees. Every shadow hides a secret I've known. Every heartbeat echoes, I'm not alone.
A creek hums low beneath moss-covered stone. I pause to listen, feeling less alone. Reflection ripple where the water bends, mirroring the moments that I can't defend. I think of the paths I didn't take, the words unsaid, the chances I'd forsake. The forest breathes slow, and I breathe with it too, learning the language of the mist and dew. Stars peek faintly through the shivering leaves, a soft illumination that my heart believes. I wander deeper, yet I feel a strange grace, like I've been here before in another place.
I'm wandering through the fog, I can barely see. Stories unfold in the space between trees. Every shadow hides a secret I've known. Every heartbeat echoes, I'm not alone.
Fireflies flicker in the hollow's embrace, guiding my footsteps with delicate grace. The air taste of rain and forgotten time, a rhythm forming, subtle yet sublime. I murmur a rhyme to the night in the trees, a soft-spoken story carried by the breeze. No one's listening, yet it matters just the same, a wandering soul leaving a quiet flame.
The clock strikes one, the street outside asleep. A coffee cup steaming, holding secrets it keeps. The air smells of rain and wooden floors. The night hums softly like an old jazz score.
I found a seat by the window, lights dim and low. Watch reflections on the glass from the passing cars glow. A stranger walked in with a letter in her hand. She looked around gently like searching for a friend. She sat 2 tables over, coat draped on the chair. The way her fingers held the paper felt like a prayer. I tried not to stare, but the story pulled me near. A memory in her eyes shone fragile but clear. We're both travelers lost in the quiet of the night, hiding pieces of our hearts in the soft cafe light. Letters on the table, words left unsaid, dreams folded neatly between blue lines instead. 2 souls crossing paths just for a little while, sharing silence that spoke louder than a smile. She ordered tea and I raised my cup in a toast. No words exchanged, just one between 2 ghosts. Her letter slipped open, a teardrop to the ink. I wonder what she carried that made her heart sink. The rain tapped a rhythm on the glass like drums. The city outside breathing the way the night hums. I pulled out my notebook, wrote a verse or 2 about fleeting connections that still feel new. If I had the courage, I would have asked her name. But sometimes in the quiet, that's part of the game. We let the moment linger, untouched by plans. A fragile conversation held only in our hands. And letters on the table, words left unsaid, dreams folded neatly between blue lines instead. 2 souls crossing paths just for a little while, sharing silence, spoke louder than a smile. She stood up gently, slipped a letter in her coat, left behind a napkin with a half-written note. I never read the message, just watched her walk away, her shadow fading softly into the break of day. I stayed for another hour, let the coffee grow cold, thought of all the quiet stories left untold. Sometimes the night gives you strangers to remember, like sparks that warm your soul in the end of December. Now I write these lines for the faces I have seen, for the echoes in the corners where we never been. A song for the fleeting, for the hearts that roam, for the letters on the table we never took home. We never took home.
Neon signs are bleeding on the glass. Raindrops race each other as the street lights pass. The driver hums a song he barely knows, his hands on the wheel steady as the road unfolds. I'm counting every red light as a heartbeat, thinking about the words I left unsaid last week. Your name still hides beneath my breath, like the ghost of a letter I never sent. City keeps whispering secrets through the rain. Puddles hold reflections I can't explain. I wonder if you're staring at the same dark sky, or if the night just passes you by. Midnight taxi windows fogged with my sight. Every turn we take pulls me further behind. Lamps blur like the tears I don't cry. Moving through the silence of a long goodbye.
The radio crackles with a faded old tune, a voice about lost summers and silver moons. I trace a circle on the misty pane, like drawing constellations with your name. The bridges rise like questions I can't cross. Each one reminds me of the weight of loss. I left too soon, or maybe stayed too long. Never found a verse for a broken song.
City keeps whispering secrets through the rain. Puddles hold reflections I can't explain. I wonder if you're staring at the same dark sky, or if the night just passes you by. Midnight taxi windows fog with my sight. Every turn we take pulls me further behind. Street lamps blur like the tears I don't cry. Moving through the silence of a long goodbye. Stoplights flicker like memories in flame. I almost tell the driver to call your name, but the meter keeps running and the moment fades. The road bends away from the plans we made. The skyline drifts like a slow motion wave, carrying all the things I couldn't say.
Taxi stops at an empty street. I pay the fare, but not the memories I keep. Step into the night with the rain on my sleeve. Some stories end quietly when we finally leave.
We met beneath the flickering neon sign. Two tired kids standing in the taxi line.
You wore your brother's jacket torn at the seams. I carried notebooks full of half-built dreams. Streetlights hummed above the empty tracks. We traced our future in the sidewalk cracks. The trains kept sighing but never stayed, like all the chances we let slip away. You said someday we'll run past this town, find a skyline that won't hold us down. I laughed but I memorized your tone, like a secret map leading me home. In our neon shoes we chased the midnight, through the rain-washed streets where the echoes bite. Every step was a spark in the dark, every dream was a flame in our hearts. We were young, we were broke, but we knew the city was wide and it waited for two. We painted murals on abandoned walls, wrote tiny poems on the bathroom stalls. The cops just shrugged when they passed us by. Guess they saw the hope burning in our eyes. Summer turned and your family moved away. You left a letter by the subway bay, said keep the shoes, keep running through the night. I'll meet you where the stars forget their height. Now every rainy platform smells like June. Every busker's song hums the same old tune. I walk these streets with your words as my guide, still chasing the glow where the lampposts collide. In our neon shoes we chase the midnight, through the rain-washed streets where the echoes bite. Every step was a spark in the dark, every dream was a flame in our hearts. We were young, we were broke, but we knew the city was wide and it waited for two. Someday I'll find you under brighter skies, with the same old shoes and that fearless smile. We'll laugh at the miles we had to lose, two dreamers reborn in our neon shoes. Raindrops slide down the midnight glass, street lamp halos fade as the taxis pass. I whisper to the coffee, steam rising thin. A quiet kind of chapter is about to begin. Sat in the corner where the wooden lamps glow, listening to the city breathing soft and low. Notebook open but the pen stands still, tracing empty lines like it's bending to my will. Saw her reflection in the window pane, the one I let go, never called her name. I left her words between unread pages, hoping time would fold away the aching stages. Oh, rain light stories spill across the night, faded conversations drift out of sight. I'm not here to shout, just to let it flow. Every rhyme a secret, only shadows know. Rain light stories spill across the night, faded conversations drift out of sight. I'm not here to shout, just to let it flow. Every rhyme a secret, only shadows know. A train rumbles by on the far-off bridge. Echoes in my rhyme as the memories stitch back to the summer when the laughter stayed like a soft breeze dancing through the window shade. I thought I'd find answers in a louder crowd, but silence holds the truth I'm not allowed. Now I let the words fall gentle and slow, like the silver rain tracing where it wants to go. Rain like stories spill across the night. Faded conversations drift out of sight. I'm not here to shout, just to let it flow. Every rhyme a secret, only shadows know. Rain like stories spill across the night. Faded conversations drift out of sound. I'm not here to shout, just to let it flow. Every rhyme a secret, only shadows know. Some hearts break quietly without a sound. Some dreams come back when the streets calm down. I'm just a voice humming low and sincere, speaking to the rain so it's all still clear. Rain like stories spill across the night. Faded conversations drift out of sight. I'm not here to shout, just to let it flow. Every rhyme a secret, only shadows know. Morning creeps in with a silver glow. Coffee's cold but my thoughts let go. I'll leave my rhyme on the table's grain, a quiet confession wrapped in the rain. Midnight drizzle tapping on the cafe glass. Streetlight halos trembling as a stranger's pass. Steam from my cup draws a fading line. Every breath feels borrowed, every word confined. I came back to this corner where we used to sit. 2 chairs by the window, memories still lit. Your laughter once tangled with the vinyl crackles hum. Now the record spins slower, the melody feels numb. I trace your name in the fog on the pane, watch it disappear like the echo of your train. I never meant silence to be our last goodbye, but I let the moment drift and never ask why. Shadows on the table, stories left behind. Lantern glow remembers though the night's gone blind. I'm not here to shout, just to breathe it slow. Every line a whisper that the lamplight knows. The rain outside sketches, rivers on the street. Car lights ripple like a heartbeat on repeat. I talk to the barista though she hardly hears. Half smile in her eyes says she's seen my years. I tell about summer when your hair caught the breeze, about the letters never sent and the half meant please. She pours another cup, says nothing at all. Sometimes that's the kindness that I most recall. Shadows on the table, stories left behind. Lantern glow remembers though the night's gone blind. I'm not here to shout, just to breathe it slow. Every line a whisper that the lamplight knows. The clock above the counter hums a heavy tune. The world outside is waiting for the breaking of the moon. I fold my last rhyme in a napkin's crease, hope the morning finds it and it brings some peace. Your train's long gone, but your scent still stays in the coffee steam rising through the rainy haze. I'm learning that silence can be something to trust, a softer kind of closure settling in the dust. Hushed, slower flow. Not all goodbyes need a door that slams. Some just fade gently like forgotten plans. I came here to find you, but found instead the words I've been holding quietly unsaid. Shadows on the table, stories left behind. Lantern glow remembers though the night's gone blind. I'm not here to shout, just to breathe it slow. Every line a whisper that the lamplight knows. Dawn creeps in, soft gold across the floor. I leave my rhyme folded near the wooden door. No spotlight needed, no crowd to cheer. Just a quiet confession the morning will hear.
Waves kiss the shore under a silver moon. The night whispers softly a gentle tune. Footprints in sand fade with every tide, carrying secrets I no longer can hide. I walk alone where the ocean meets the night. Stars scattered above, tiny sparks of light. A lantern flickers in the distance, soft and warm, guiding me quietly through the calm before the storm. Memories drift like sea foam on my skin, echoes of laughter, places I've been. I hear your voice, carried by the salty breeze, a story of us written among the seas. Every wave brings a memory back to life. Every step I take cuts through the night's knife. I let the tides remind me of what's true, of the paths I've walked and the ones I'll choose.
Tides of yesterday washing over me, moments of silence, the space to breathe. I'll let the ocean guide the road ahead, carrying dreams like messages we never said.
A paper boat floats by, creased and worn, a symbol of hopes, of hearts that are torn. I pick up a shell, its spiral reminds me of circles in life that I'm learning to see. Footsteps behind, but I don't turn around. The night is mine, my peace I found. Reflections shimmer in the dark, wet sand, a mirror of the soul, steady and grand. The moon dips low, painting silver lines. I write a promise in the rhythm of the tides. No regrets, just lessons and gentle nights. Every heartbeat in sync with the waves' flight. Tides of yesterday washing over me, moments of silence, the space to breathe. I'll let the ocean guide the road ahead, carrying dreams like messages we never said. Seagulls call faintly as the night leans on. I hum a melody to the breaking dawn. Footprints beside me fade with the tide's grace. I step forward slowly, leaving no trace. A lighthouse beams, steady and bright, a promise of safety in the darkest night. I'll take these moments, hold them like a flame, and walk toward tomorrow, calling my name. Waves whisper secrets the moon used to keep. I close my eyes and the world feels deep. Tides of yesterday, tides of the heart, a quiet journey where endings are just the start.
Morning fog lifts over distant seas, salt in the air and the rhythm of the breeze. I take a step where the shore meets the sky, every wave a story that whispers why. Footprints in sand washed slowly by the tide, each one a memory I try to hide. Seagulls call out over cliffs so steep, carrying secrets the ocean keeps. I hum a quiet rhyme to the rolling foam, feeling the pulse of a place I roam. Every stone, every shell, every drifting leaf holds a little piece of my disbelief. The horizon bends in color soft and wide. The sun climbs slowly, lighting the tide. No map, no plan, just the waters flow. Every step I take, I'm learning to let go. Waves across the horizon, guiding me slow. Stories in the water, stories I know. Every ripple tells me where I've been. Every tide returns me to within. Rock pools, mirror clouds drifting high. A lone sailboat traces a line in the sky. I pause to breathe, letting thoughts unwind. Moments of clarity I rarely find. The cliffs hum low in the morning light, shadows stretching, dissolving the night. I think of the journeys I left undone, of paths untraveled, of races I never run. Seagulls dive, waves crash with a hush. Everything moves in a quiet, gentle rush. The wind whispers soft, carrying my rhyme, marking the rhythm, the passage of time. Waves across the horizon, guiding me slow. Stories in the water, stories I know. Every ripple tells me where I've been. Every tide returns me to within. Distant mountains shimmering morning mist. The peaks like memories I can't resist. I trace the shoreline, letting steps align, feeling the pulse of the world in mine. I murmur my story to the rolling sea, each word a ripple carried silently. No one hears yet it matters just the same, a quiet confession without a name. The tide reminds me that nothing stays still. Every loss, every gain, every will. I leave behind footprints, I leave behind rhyme, moments recorded in the rhythm of time. Waves across the horizon, guiding me slow. Stories in the water, stories I know. Every ripple tells me where I've been. Every tide returns me to within. Sun climbs higher, fog drifts away. I walk along the shore, letting the waves sway. Every journey continues, every horizon bends, and the sea carries stories without ends. Yeah. Raindrops painting silver lines on the glass. Streetlight halo shimmer as the taxis pass. I hum to myself in the quietest tone. Every word feels like a seed I've sown. Corner seat, midnight glow, coffee going cold. Reading faces in the crowd like a story untold. My notebook's open but the ink just waits for the courage I keep locking behind closed gates. Once I chased neon signs down the restless streets, promised I'd be louder than my heart could beat. But the louder I shouted, the less I was heard. So I found a softer rhythm in the smallest word. I'm not here for the noise or the flashing scene. I'm here for the echoes that slip in between. Soft-spoken memories hiding in the rain. A gentle rhyme that knows my name. Whispers by the window, breathing in slow. Stories I've been keeping when nobody goes. Light against the curtain, warm and thin. Feels like the night is letting me start again. Whispers by the window, breathing in slow. Stories I've been keeping when nobody goes. Light against the curtain, warm and thin. Feels like the night is letting me start again. A photograph folded in my wallet scene, edges wearing down like a fragile dream. I remember her laughter at the riverside, how the breeze stole the words I never tried. The city moved on, and so did the trains, but her name still lingers in the rhythm of the rain. I don't rhyme to impress, I rhyme to recall the sound of her footsteps down the narrow hall. Yeah, whispers by the window, breathing in slow. Stories I've been keeping when nobody goes. Light against the curtain, warm and thin. Feels like the night is letting me start again. Whispers by the window, breathing in slow. Stories I've been keeping when nobody goes. Light against the curtain, warm and thin. Feels like the night is letting me start again. Now the cafe hums low, vinyl crackles near. Every sip of silence brings her voice clear. I talk to the lamplight like it's an old friend, thank it for the comfort that it lets me lend. Maybe one day someone passing by will hear these hushed verses drifting outside, and know that even quiet words can survive. Carried by the rain where the lanterns lie. Not every heart needs a thunderous sound. Some just bloom gently when no one's around. I found my voice in the pause, in the hush, where the city steps back and the night turns blush. Whispers by the window, breathing in slow. Stories I've been keeping when nobody goes. Light against the curtain, warm ahead. Feels like the night is letting me start again. whispers by the window, breathing in slow. Stories I've been keeping where nobody goes. Light against the curtain, warm and thin. Feels like the night is letting me start again. Raindrops fade as the morning creeps in. I'll leave my quiet rhymes where the night has been. In the folds of the street and the scent of the rain. A whispered confession that still remains.
Hey, start again.
We launched beyond the ember skies, chasing the spark in a stranger's eyes. 2 silver suits and a borrowed star. We thought the universe couldn't feel that far. Through radio waves I heard your breath, a fragile hum in the weightless depth. You said hold on to the comet's tail. The dark can't win if our hearts set sail. But the engines failed near Orion's arc, left you drifting where the sun's burnt dark. I still replay the static in the line, your last soft laugh in the endless time. There's a gravity between us, pulling through the void, stronger than the distance that the stars deployed. Every signal's just a flicker in the blue, but I'll keep sending all my songs to you. Through the silence of 1,000 nights apart, gravity keeps orbiting our I float past ruins of forgotten moons, marking the path by your humming tunes. I see your face in the asteroid light, a fleeting trace in the endless night. The captain says we'll turn back soon, but I'm still searching past Neptune's plume. Your name's engraved on the edge of Mars, I carved it there with my gloved up heart. If I could bend the constellations down, I'd build a bridge across the cosmic sound. Till then I sail where the meteors shine, following whispers through the radio line. There's a gravity between us, pulling through the void, stronger than the distance that the stars deployed. Every signal's just a flicker in the blue, but I'll keep sending all my songs to you. Through the silence of 1,000 nights apart, gravity keeps orbiting our When our capsules meet in the dawn's first glow, we'll write the ending in the trails of snow. No black hole strong enough to undo the gravity between me and you.
The old blue car had a stubborn key. We packed our bags with a half-made dream, a map with coffee stains across the folds, chasing horizons of stories told. The neon signs faded into the dark. You hummed a song as we passed the park. The city shrank in the rearview glass, like all the fears we were leaving to last. The radio crackle with static and rain, but your laughter cut through the window pane. You said the road was a ribbon of chance, so I held the wheel and you held my hand. We're on the highway to the dawn, with the night still running behind us. Every mile feels like a song, every breath is a sky that reminds us that even the lost can find a way past the shadows of yesterday. We're on the highway, chasing the dawn today. stopped at a diner at 1:45. The waitress smiled, said the pie is still new. We drew our names on a napkin star, a small reminder of how far we are. The jukebox played an old guitar refrain. It echoed softly like warm summer rain. You whispered, home is wherever we go. And I believed it more than you'll ever know. The horizon turned from silver to gold. Every sunrise a story untold. Through the deserts and valleys we ride. Our mistakes growing smaller outside. We're on the highway to the dawn, with the night still running behind us. Every mile feels like a song. Every breath is a sky that reminds us that even the lost can't find a way past the shadows of yesterday. We're on the highway, chasing the dawn today. So if the road bends and the stars align, I'll keep on driving with your hand in mine. We're on the highway, the headlights stay, guiding our hearts till the break of day. I left the harbor before the dawn, with the tattered map and my courage drawn. The river carried my little boat past silver reeds where the fireflies float. Through hollow winds and the pines' low side, I followed echoes beneath the sky. A faded trail that the stars once knew led to a door where the moonlight grew. Branches bent to show the way, lanterns swung like ghosts at play. Every shadow seemed to hum my name, calling me deeper into the flame.
In the lantern wood I found the glow, a hidden village where the lost souls go. These spoken whispers made of light, dancing in circles through the velvet night. I felt my heart beat slow and still, as if the forest read my will.
An old child offered a woven charm, said it was carved from the willow's arm. She told a tale of a traveler's vow to guard the stars when the world allowed. I heard the bells from a distant spire, ringing in tune with the fox's choir. They sang of roads that would never fade, and bridges made of moonlit jade.
I closed my eyes and the air turned blue. The roots beneath held a secret too. Every story etched in bark and bone taught me that I was never alone. In the lantern wood I found the glow, a hidden village where the lost souls go. They spoke in whispers made of light, dancing in circles through the velvet night. I felt my heart beat slow and still, as if the forest read my will.
At dawn I left with the charm in hand, carrying home what I now understand. The lantern wood may fade from view, but every path I take leads back to you.
City lights keep blinking as the platform hums. Neon signs flicker while the day grows numb. I'm standing by the timetable, backpack low, reading every station like the words might glow. Shoes soaked from the drizzle and the river's breath. Phone still shows a number though the line went dead. Every step on the concrete is a verse I own, whispering to the night as if the night had grown. There's a bench with a name carved, summer of 19, where we watched the paper lanterns drift downstream. Now the wind tastes colder, carrying the rain, and the rails keep singing out a distant name. I'm on the last train home, window streaked with gray, watching our reflections slowly fade away. Every station passing feels a little more unknown, but I keep my eyes ahead. I'm going home. Carriage full of strangers, but it feels like ghosts. All the tired faces blurred against the posts. Late night worker hums a song in broken keys. Old man folds a letter on his trembling knees. I think about the letters that I never sent, words I held inside me till the meaning bent. Steel wheels on the sleepers hum a lullaby, like the river under bridges singing as we glide. Billboards fade behind us, tunnels swallow sound. Every flash of distant headlights feel profound. I close my eyes to feel the rhythm in the rail, as if the track remembers every fleeting tale. Yeah. I'm on the last train home, window streaked with gray, watching our reflections slowly fade away. Every station passing feels a little more unknown, but I keep my eyes ahead. I'm going home. Midnight brain paint silver on the car's thin glass. Memories like raindrops sliding racing past. If she's awake, I wonder if she thinks of me, or just another shadow in her history. Street lights on the river bend into a blur. Whispers in the engine sound like words I heard. Here we go again, same seat, same song, same track, rolling all these years too long. Some faces come and go, but the night remains, writing quiet stories in the window panes. If I ever find the courage, I might call her name, but tonight I'll let the silence ride this train. I'm on the last train home, window streaked with gray, watching our reflections slowly fade away. Every station passing feels a little more unknown, but I keep my heart alive. I'm going home. The brakes side doors slide and the rain leans in. Another night arriving where the dawn's grown thin. Step into the hollow streets, breathe the city's foam. I'm finally off the last train, walking home.
The station was empty, tracks humming low, a suitcase by my side where the cold winds blow. The clock struck 12 as the train rolled in, a restless night calling where the rails begin. I found a quiet seat by the fading light. Rain traced the window like silver threads. At night a stranger walked past, eyes heavy with dreams, carrying a journal with its edges frayed at the seams. She asked, "Is this seat free?" And I nodded slow. Her voice was a whisper, soft as falling snow. We shared a glance, then let the silence grow. The train kept singing a song only night birds know. Outside the towns drifted like paper lanterns bright, two strangers adrift under the same pale moonlight. Through the midnight train window, stories unfold. We trade quiet glances, words we never told. In the rhythm of the tracks, we find our refrain. Two fleeting hearts bound by the sound of the train. Yeah, she traced her finger on the fogged up glass, drawing little circles as the moments passed. Told me me of a letter she never could send, of a friend she had lost but hoped to see again. I shared a secret of a road I never took, how I kept turning pages without closing the book. We laughed at the echoes of the roads we missed, at the weight of the dreams folded into a fist. Somewhere past the river, the stars began to break. We talked about the chances we were too scared to take. Every word we traded felt lighter than the night, like sparks in the dark that fade but still shine bright. Yeah. Through the midnight train window, stories unfold. We trade quiet glances, words we never told. In the rhythm of the tracks we find our refrain. Two fleeting hearts bound by the sound of the train. The dawn crept in pain and hillsides in blue. She said this is a stop and I whispered safe travels to you. She left behind a ticket stub marked with a line. Sometimes strangers share the best chapters in time. I stayed on board, the journey still ahead. Watched her fade into the crowd with words unsaid. I pressed the ticket to the glass as we pulled away. Carried a memory into the light of day. Now every train I take, I glance at the night, wonder if somewhere she's chasing the same fading light for all the faces we meet, then lose in between. This song's for the strangers who pass like a dream. Ooh, ooh. Small town street, you were sketching on a crumpled receipt. Said you'd leave when the season turned, but I never thought you mean it, I never learned. Empty coffee cups between our knees, we shared our dreams like fragile leaves. Every promise felt too bright to fade, until the day you walked away. And I still keep the notes you wrote, pressed like flowers in my coat. Every corner of this quiet room still hums with the shape of you. By the window I keep your letters, reading each line like a prayer in the night. Your words still drift like falling feathers, soft as the glow of a lingering light. Maybe you're gone, but I'm not forgetting. Our story's ink is still wet and setting. Autumn passed with its amber flames, winter whispered all the same old names. I learned to walk where the shadows grew, chasing the echo that sounded like you. Every street lamp flickered when I stared at the bench where your laughter once lived in the air. I tried to paint over yesterday's hue, but every brushstroke just turned into you. Someday the train will call my name and I'll follow its home without the blame. Till then I wait where the curtains sway for your shadow to step back through the rain. By the window I keep your letters, reading each line like a prayer in the night. Your words still drift like falling feathers, soft as the glow of a lingering light. Maybe you're gone, but I'm not forgetting. Soft rain on the window, slow street light glow. Coffee's getting cold while the night feels slow. I'm tracing old names on a mystic glass, breathing out the stories that I couldn't pass. It's 10:30, the city barely hums. I'm sitting by the window, playing with my thumbs. The steam fades out, the silence feels kind, as if the room is whispering what I couldn't find. Every car that passes leaves a fleeting spark, a memory in motion dissolving in the dark. I talk to my shadow on the table's edge, as if it ever listened, as if it kept a pledge. Low voice, no rush, I spill what I hide. Words fall slow like the rain outside. No beat to chase, no crowd to please, just a fragile rhyme flowing in the breeze. Late night windows telling my name, stories I buried under quiet shame. Light on my shoulder, warm but thin, feels like the night's letting me breathe again. I keep my heart folded in a paper cup, afraid to pour it out, I never fill it up. The world rushes fast, I linger in between, where every second stretches like a gentle dream. I hum to the rhythm of a far-off train, a lullaby for the echoes I can't explain. The words stumble gently, no need to rhyme tight, they're just little lanterns floating in the night. If someone ever stops to hear my tune, they know the quiet saved me more than the noon. I'm not searching for the spotlight or stage, just a voice that feels at home on the page. Late night windows telling my name, stories I buried under quiet shame. Light on my shoulder, warm but thin, feels like the night's letting me breathe again. Da 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 da. So let the rain draw circles where the streetlights sleep. I'll leave my gentle rhymes in the corners deep. Not every song is meant to shout or shine, some are just whispers tracing fragile lines. Fragile lines. Stars fall silent over the endless plains. Wind whispers secrets through the midnight lanes. I step into the shimmer of the silver light. Every heartbeat echoes like a guiding flight. Mountains rise like shadows against the night. Trail twists in silver, bathed in soft starlight. I carry a map of memories I can't forget. Every mark a story, every line a regret. Yeah. Lantern flicker on the peaks I've never climbed. Echoes of laughter from another time. I hum a melody only the stars might hear. A whisper rhyme floating in the atmosphere. The river hums low beneath the glowing sky, reflecting the constellations as I walk by. No rush, no fear, just the wind in my hair. The universe breathing like it's aware. Lost in the star fields, I drift through the night. Every shadow holds a story, every glimmer a light. No map can guide me, but I follow the gleam, chasing the echoes of a long lost dream. Lost in the star fields, I drift through the night. Every shadow holds a story, every glimmer a light. No map can guide me, but I follow the gleam, chasing the echoes of a long lost dream. A comet arcs above, painting trails in the air. I trace it with my hands, feel it everywhere. Crickets hum an ancient, hidden song, whisper in the path I've been following so long. I think of the roads I left behind, the voices I chased of words unlined. But the night doesn't judge, it only unfolds. A quiet adventure in silver and gold. Fog drifts soft across the valley floor. Every step I take opens another door. The mountains breathe slow, the stars bend low, guiding the way that my feet must go. Lost in the star fields, I drift through the night. Every shadow holds a story, every glimmer a light. No map can guide me, but I follow the gleam, chasing the echoes of a long lost dream. Lost in the star fields, I drift through the night. Every shadow holds a story, every glimmer a light. No map guide me, but I follow the gleam, chasing the echoes of a long lost dream. Fireflies rise like sparks from the ground, lighting the way where secrets are found. I murmur a rhyme to the night and the breeze, hoping the echoes reach the galaxies. No one's listening, but it doesn't matter at all. The stars keep their vigil as night shadows fall. I leave my story scattered among the beams, a quiet legend in the folds of dreams. Sometimes the journey has no end in sight, sometimes the dark feels heavier than light. But every footstep, every breath I take builds a story no one else could make. Lost in the starfields, I drift through the night. Every shadow holds a story, every glimmer a light. No map can guide me, but I follow the gleam, chasing the echoes of a long lost dream. Lost in the starfields, I drift through the night. Every shadow holds a story, every glimmer a light. No map can guide me, but I follow the gleam, chasing the echoes of a long lost dream. Morning arrives, slowly over the horizon line. I leave my footsteps where the starlight shines. The journey continues beyond what I've seen, forever wandering, lost in the starfield's dream. Lost in the starfield's dream.
City lights flickering puddles on the ground. I hear the hum of the night, the softest sound. Shadows stretch along the alleyways I roam. Each step I take feels a little less alone.
Footsteps echo under the glowing signs, reflections twist like tangled vines. A street musician plays a lonely tune, the melody floats beneath the silver moon. I pass cafes where laughter spills out the door, but I keep walking, searching for something more. My coat is wrapped tight, my hands in my pocket. The cool night air pulls the thoughts I lock in. Every corner holds a memory I can't erase. Every lamp flickers like a familiar face. I breathe in the city, let it seep into my mind. All the quiet things I thought I'd never find.
Neon streets and quiet thoughts, walking where the night is soft. I let the city speak in subtle ways, guiding me through the shadow maze. Shadow maze.
I stop at a bridge, look down at the river. Water moves slow like the moments I remember. A paper boat drifts by, maybe carried by chance. I smile at the thought of a fleeting romance. Streetlights flicker on the wet cobblestone. I feel a strange peace being here alone. The wind whispers stories I almost know, secrets of the night the city won't show. I hum a tune I made up on the go. The echo follows me wherever I go. Every heartbeat matches the rhythm of the streets. Every shadow hides a song my soul repeats.
Neon streets and quiet thoughts, walking where the night is soft. I let the city speak in subtle ways, guiding me through the shadow maze.
Taxi passes, light streak across my eyes. I wonder where all the silent city hearts lie. A late night diner hums with coffee and toast. I leave it behind, chasing what I need most. The alleys twist, the corners bend. Every step feels like I'm meeting an old friend. The night is mine, though fleeting it's true. I carry the city's pulse as I wander through. Dawn creeps slowly, painting clouds in gold. I take one last breath of the stories untold. Neon streets fade, but the feeling remains. A quiet song in my heart that softly sustains.